Greetings, viewers! It is the channel of randomness at random times. Rexo and Co. Even though it's just me on this channel. Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares is a horror game franchise that started all the way back in 2017 and currently has a third game being made for next year. The games were made by Tarsier Studios and Bandai Namco. However, Tarsier left after finishing Little Nightmares 2, and now the third one is in the hands of Bandai and Supermassive Games. And judging by the trailers we have, yes, it does look like a Supermassive game. Laugh. However, I, and many others, feel like something's off with this third, technically fourth, installment. Compared to the first, second, heck, even very Little Nightmares, it just feels like something's wrong. For some, it's because the game's trailers don't make you ask questions. For others, it's because Reanimal, another game being made by Tarsier Studios, feels like a real sequel. For me, it's two things and both are linked to the same thing. The story. For those who don't know, the Little Nightmares main story is a time loop. Very Little Nightmares is where the time loop starts. Then, it's Little Nightmares 2, then the first game. I would go into more detail, but there's already like a bajillion videos talking about the same thing. I recommend watching the Gaming Beaver's Little Nightmares 2 theory if you haven't yet. It goes to neat detail on the story, so go check that out either after this video or pause here and come back later. You're back? Okay, let's get to the point. When I watched the trailers for Little Nightmares 3, I feel confused. Where does this game take place? Where does it fit in the time loop? We don't have much to go off of. All we have are two trailers and some gameplay. I've watched all the stuff we have so far, and haven't gotten any closer to an answer. Looking back, what I thought were the guests from the first game look different, and might not be the guests, so they don't help. And I can't believe I'm saying this. The closest thing we have to something helping us figure out where this game fits in the timeline is Monster Baby. What? Please stay with me here. Monster Baby's whole thing is that one of her eyes, when looking at you, can turn you into stone. Well, that and she's a giant living baby doll, but that's not important. What's important is the eye thing. This is important because this shows that she's linked to the mom, which has the exact same technology. Eyes that turn you into stone. Maybe the person who made the security system, most likely the lady, shared this technology with the people of Necropolis. And then it went wrong, causing the whole city to become a ghost town, being the home of Monster Baby. So it could take place after the first game. But it could also take place some point before Very Little Nightmares. Because Very Little Nightmares also had this eye technology. Meaning, this was around before Very Little Nightmares. And it took a bit for that eye technology to become part of the nest. Meaning 6 became the lady before Very Little Nightmares. So what I'm saying is that not even Monster Baby helps us here. In fact, she might just even confuse things even further. It's most likely too soon to come up with a definitive answer where this game is in the time loop. But Bandai must have thought of the time loop before making this game. Otherwise, people are just going to consider it as non-canon. Heck, why else would they have 6 in every game to show her journey from the nest to the mom? To hint at the order of events. Wait. 6. Every game? Oh my god. There was someone in every game in this franchise. 6. 6 helped the girl in the yellow raincoat at the end of the final chase in Very Little Nightmares. 6 is the one who traveled with and betrayed Mono in the second game. And she was the very first character we played as in the very first game. It was always 6. 6 was always there, which means she has to be in Little Nightmares 3. I don't care if people say otherwise. It's not Little Nightmares without 6. I think 6 will show up in this game. I've made that clear. But I also think she and Lo are somehow linked. But why, you may be asking? Why are 6 and Lo connected? The mirrors. In the very first game, in the ladies' quarters, there are hundreds of shattered mirrors all over the place. And sure, at the end of the game, it's because the mirror is her weakness. But why? Why are the mirrors her weakness? Well, if we look at the footage of the very first trailer for Little Nightmares 3, we can see that Lo can travel through mirrors. And in a few shots, we zoom in on a mirror surrounded by black mist. Say, who else gets dramatically zoomed in on when we meet them? And their powers look like black mist. The lady. I have a feeling that the third game will end similar to the second. Lo becomes the main antagonist, who is probably linked with mirrors. And the lady, either seeing or hearing about this, shatters every mirror in hopes that Lo cannot find a way to her, and that 6 will not repeat the cycle. But as we know, 6 finds a mirror, and possibly Lo's future self uses his powers to kill the lady. And repeat the cycle. Sure, this theory does sound crazy, but it wouldn't be the most far-fetched thing this franchise has to offer. But what do you guys think? Do you think Bandai knows what they're doing? Or did I just spend insert video length talking about something Bandai doesn't care about? Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. And while you're down there, make sure to tell me what your thoughts are on the third game. Are you excited? Are you disappointed? Do you think the second game is where the franchise should have ended? Tell me what you think in the comments below.